Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing really well. Firstly, I want to say thank you again for all the kind comments on the bait giveaway. Everyone who's been supporting the channel either from the start or you've joined as the channel has started to grow. Again, thank you for all those nice comments. But today we're at Commonwood Fishery again. I'm back on Llewellyn Lake where I was the last time I was doing a social. My mate who was on peg 4, he got a run on Parker baits. I've decided to come on to peg 4 this time. The session before that I was on peg 6 in the corner where I had that 26-pound lovely scaly mirror. But yeah, I thought I'd jump on peg 4. It used to be one of my old favourite pegs. My mate Kieran has come today with me. He's on actually peg 5 next to me. And another mate, Cameron, should be coming a little bit later on and he'll be on peg 6, so it'll be like another mini social. But the weather's looking pretty good. It's sunny with some cloud, but the wind's blowing in this way, so hopefully the carp follow it, and I have actually already seen a few carp jumping, so it's looking good. But right, tactics for here, same as always. What you got to have is rig tubing on a leg clip. I've gone on spinner rigs as per usual and pop-ups. Now what I've done a bit of a mix this time. My left hand rod, which is going to be straight out in open water, probably anything from 10 to 12 wraps, I haven't cast out yet, but is going to be on a pineapple flora pop-up in yellow. I've actually whittled it down, so it's probably it is about 12 mil now, probably 11-12 mil. And it sits perfect on a size 6 hook without any putty. My middle rod, I've gone on OG Fish pop-up, match a hatch, so the original colour. And then on my right hand rod, which will be firing straight at the island, will be on one of my old favourites, OG Fruit and Nut pop-ups in white. It's the one that's been doing me business here, so it'll be daft not to use one of them. But I did want to go on a couple of variety of baits, flavours, colours, just for that extra fish that might not go for a white bait. So fingers crossed I can bag a few. So there we go guys, like I say, I've got the rods set up. They're the baits, as I say, pineapple on the left, OG Fish 12 mil on the middle rod, and OG Fruit and Nut on the right hand rod. So we'll get them fired out. Like I say, that right hand rod is going to go just on the left of that island. The OG Fish probably about 12 wraps out in open water, and then pineapple probably about 12 to 14 wraps heading towards this peg. So hopefully you can get a fish, and I'll show you in a bit. If you are new here, if you can smash that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up, I really will appreciate it. I've had a few bleeps on my right hand rod, the one that was on white Fruit and Nut pop-up towards the left hand side of that island. I have seen a few more carp jumping all different areas of the lake, so it is promising. They are on the move, but nothing as of yet. Kieran as well, nothing from his side either yet. He's had a couple of liners but nothing kicking in. So what I might do in a minute, I might recast a couple of rods just to see if I can find some more spots, and hopefully bag a carp. The sun's come out as well now, so it is looking promising. Right guys, so I've had a bit of a recast. My right hand rod is now just on the tip of this island, probably about 6 foot off, where it starts sloping off to about 3 to 5 foot. My middle rod is in the bend of this island, probably about 10 to 12 foot off from the island itself, where it basically is a shelf and it drops off. And then my far left rod is pretty much straight over towards peg 1 at 18 wraps. All of them were dropped in on the bait boat, and loose scatterings of Fruit and Nut boilies, glugged and with magic dust. And what I've done is put a handful of sweet corn as loose offerings on each rod as well. I've also put every single rod now on white fruit and nut pop-ups. It was one rod that I was getting runs on, so I thought I'd put them all onto it. It is a clay lake, so white does stand out the most, so I might as well use it. Right guys, while it's fairly quiet on my peg, I thought I'd quickly come over to Kieran's peg and then let him go through with yourselves his tactics, his rigs and approach for Llewellyn today. So without further ado, leave it to Kieran. Right, what are you doing, Kieran?
Yeah, so I'm fishing 3 rods, inline lead system with a PVA bag. I'm fishing on my left hand rod a pineapple pop-up, my middle rod a white diamond 15mm pop-up, and on my right I've just got a wafter down the right hand side margins. So my left hand rod is about 12 wraps here where these ducks are. My middle is about 18 wraps straight in the middle of us. And my right hand rod is down these right hand margins here.
Sound. Yeah, it's something I was going to do myself, but me personally, I either like firing out singles or small mesh bags. I never do solid bags myself, but it's something Kieran's got a lot of confidence in, so fair play to him. We have been using a bait boat a few times as well, just to get more bait out there, because some of the rods are anything from 16 to 18. Anything from 16 to about 18 wraps out. And yeah, a lot of the particles we're not going to get out that kind of range. So yeah. Well, geese are going to land on it then. Right guys, so for my mix for this session, it's OG fish and OG fruit and nut whole boilies. Both of them have got the corresponding sauces, so OG fruit and nut sauce and OG fish sauce, both with the magic dust, and I've got sweet corn in this mix, and I've also put in the flat spot, and this is what's going out on the bait boat with my single boilies, hook baits, pop-ups. So hopefully this trips up a couple of carp for me for this session, but I'll come back to you in a bit and hopefully show you a carp. Right guys, so my middle rod went off that was just in the alcove of that island, producing this lovely, what was it, Cam? 12.2? 12.4? Yeah, 12.4 common. Not the biggest in the world, but a lovely one. Like, it has been pretty slow today, so hopefully the carp get on the munch now and we can obviously start getting some bigger ones throughout the day. But yeah, 12mm fruit and nut white pop-up, so it's done the business. Right guys, so yeah, that was a lovely 12 4 ounce common that was caught again on 12mm white fruit and nut pop-up, with a bit of a mix of sweet corn, fruit and nuts, 14mm bottom baits, which were glugged in the sauce of fruit and nut and the magic dust, and there was some OG fish, 14mm bottom baits, again glugged up in OG fish and the magic dust of OG fish with that. That was on the alcove of the left hand side of the island. But yeah, here's hoping I can get another 1 or 2 more before 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and hopefully Kieran, and now that Cameron's here as well, now we've got a little mini social on this side of the lake, we can all get on at least 1 or more fish. Right, and the rod has absolutely ripped off. Me and Cam were speaking on his peg. Cam, to be fair to him, said I was a big show where my left hand rod is at 13 wraps, and my rod has literally melted off. I don't think it feels the biggest in the world, but it was a big show, wasn't it, to be fair, Cam?
Very big, mate.
So yeah, so we stopped the fight for a little bit, but I think it might be a little bit bigger than the previous one, so it's not a massive one. It might be probably another low to mid double. I'll say that it'll be a lot bigger, but I doubt it. It's staying down, which is a bonus. Right guys, my left hand rod that was on 13 wraps out on a gravel bar has absolutely melted off. This time again while I was talking to Cameron, producing this lovely 17 pound 2 ounce lovely common carp, absolutely perfect condition, which it's going to jump. 1 second. Yeah, but again it fell to white 12mm fruit and nut pop up, so it's a bait that's doing the business, with obviously the sweet corn around it as freebies and loose fruit and nut pop up, loose fruit and nut boilies around it. So right guys, so putting this 17 pound 2 common back in, lovely fish, like a Commonwood. Oh, I was not waiting. Okay. Right guys, so as you can see behind me, the light is slightly starting to fade away, but that was a lovely 17 pound 2 ounce common carp, again falling to white fruit and nut pop up. That was on the gravel patch on the left hand rod. I've recast all my rods, to be fair now, and just hoping throughout the night tonight. It is a full moon as well, so it's normally good for carp, a full moon, so hoping I can have maybe 1 or 2 more, and then most importantly Kieran can have a carp or 2 as well. So right guys, so it's been about another 45 minutes since I last did that update. Darkness has kicked in now. I've had a couple more liners on the left hand rod, but nothing as of yet, but just hoping me, Kieran and Cameron can have a couple throughout the night. But if we do, we will obviously keep you updated. But right, if not, I'll see you soon guys. Well, it's a nightmare. I was just about chilling under my brolly and I hear a bite alarm screaming off. It's actually Kieran's bite alarm. He comes flying out. The carp is running round a mad dash really. It was his right hand rod that had gone under his middle rod, then almost took out his far left rod, and yeah, it was a massive bundle of mess. But just as we were getting it in, the hook pulled, so I'm absolutely wounded for him. He's pretty wounded himself, kind of thing. So, but it gives us a reason. It's about 11 o'clock now. Gives us a reason. We've recast all our rods, so they're all fresh, good to go. So hopefully in the next few hours, or very early hours of the morning, we can obviously bag a carp, and then come first light, hopefully around 6ish, we can recast again fresh baits for 2 hours before we have to go. So there's a quick update anyway, but hopefully Kieran can get a carp now and make up for it. Morning guys and girls. Oh, it was a cold one last night. I mean, yeah, it was freezing. I think it went down to about -3 last night. A proper chill kicked in from about 11-12 o'clock at night. Bites just dropped. I had liners up until that stage, and then absolutely nothing. Kieran lost one. I think it was around 11 to 12 last night as well. Actually wiped out all his rods, and then the hook pulled on it, so that was a bit of a wounder. But yeah, it's like I said, it's about 6 o'clock now. Probably got about 2 hours at a push until we have to leave, so I'm hoping we can get 1 more carp before we go, now that the sun's come back out. But if not, if you have liked the video, if you can give the video a like, I really will appreciate it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, if nothing else, I'll see you on the next video guys. Right, see you later.